Well, beginning today, those 16 and older don't need an appointment for a vaccine at any state-run vaccination site.
This news coming as locations all over the state are left with a surplus of vaccines, but not enough demand. Erica DeCoste live at the Hawkeye site in Rochester with more on this challenge. Erica, good morning.
Good morning, Mark. Well, Governor Cuomo says if the idea of signing up to get an appointment was something that intimidated you, that's gone starting today for New Yorkers eligible. No phone calls, no going online. You simply just walk in, and it's an effort to remove barriers and reach herd immunity faster. A few weeks ago, the state was distributing roughly 60,000 more doses a day than compared to now. We know the demand has gone way down as more become eligible, and this morning nearly 45% of New Yorkers have received their first dose. 32% have completed the series. To reach herd immunity, health officials say we need to be at about 70 or 75%. They're also saying to anyone skeptical to take a look at the millions who have already received their vaccine to see how it is safe and effective. The two state-run sites in the Finger Lakes region include the Kodak Hawkeye site behind me on St. Paul Street and the Dome Arena on East Henrietta Road. In Rochester, Erica DeCoste, News 8.
Erica, thank you. Monroe County is partnering with the Hilton Fire Department to host a pop-up vaccine clinic today. That site, 120 Old Hojack Lane, from 3 until 7.
Well, President Joe Biden told a joint session of Congress his administration has turned crisis into opportunity during these first 100 days in office. But to build on that, the president calling on lawmakers, Democrats and Republicans, to help. Joined
once again this morning by Washington correspondent Jesse Tenor, who is live in Washington. Jesse, good morning. Let's begin here. Tell us more about the nearly $2 trillion plan to fund a national family and medical leave program.
Yeah, good morning. This is President Biden's latest legislative package that will really address children and families moving forward. He really calls it a once-in-a-generation investment. And so it does fund the national paid leave program, like you said, but it also would provide free preschool and 2 years of community college for Americans and address some funding in other areas like Pell Grants in historically black colleges and universities. It would also look at child care and health care and ways to make that more affordable. One is essentially kind of putting a limit on how much Americans would have to pay for child care depending on their income. And then it also looks at extending certain child tax credits that were extended under some of these COVID relief bills that would expire at the end of the year or in a couple years. And so they plan on, the president did propose raising taxes on the wealthiest Americans to pay for this, but Republicans have continued to push back on any sort of tax increases.
Yeah, I mean, no real surprises here. So let's talk a little bit more about how Republicans in Congress are responding to the president's address.
Yeah, we heard just directly after the address last night from Republican Senator Tim Scott, and he really focused on the fact that President Biden on the campaign trail came into this as a moderate, preaching unity, and he said that he has yet to govern in that way. He said that a lot of times, even when you look at things like the COVID relief package that has been passed in the Biden administration, that Republicans have been left out of that process. And so he tried to create this roadmap for the future that the GOP would support that does not include things like tax increases and does not include things like, he said, defunding the police, even though we haven't seen exact proposals to do exactly just that.
All right, Jesse, thank you so much for your coverage there. Now, coronavirus restrictions did limit that audience to about 200 members. For the first time, 2 women sat behind the president as he spoke, Vice President Kamala Harris and House Speaker Nancy Pelosi.
Quite the sight. Let's get a check of the forecast now. James Gilbert standing by. James, we got the baby walk forecast teed up here, don't we? What's going on?
It's also a throwback.
Yes, we do. This is a throwback photo. Leah, tell us a little bit about this.
This is Luke, his first haircut. I wish I had the before picture up because, you know, I mean, this was many years ago. His hair was so long that, you know, people thought he was a little girl. Finally got it cut.
He does not look happy.
He was not happy. He was not. He used to like to twirl his hair, so.
Oh, man. Well, I'm still trying to figure out when I give Mason his first haircut.
Yeah, when is that going to happen?
I don't know.
He's how old now?
He's 11 weeks.
Yeah, it might be a little bit.
It's like, I think there's a rule, right? A year or something like that?
Oh, I don't know. I'll tell you what, just looking at that picture makes me want to cry. You might have to do the rest of the show by yourself, Mark.
Well, if your drive is to the barber this afternoon, those windshield wipers might be moving. Temperatures around 50 degrees. We've got the rain showers that move in around lunchtime and last through this evening. If you're thinking about the weekend, hey, we are too. Saturday looks pretty decent, mostly sunny skies. Temperatures in the mid-50s. Rain showers Sunday, but a big improvement in temperatures. We get to the upper 60s to near 70. Mark?
All right, James, thank you. Let's get a look at the roads again with our sunrise traffic. We mentioned a couple of minutes ago, one accident at this hour, 390 south at Scottsville Road in Rochester. Other than that, 490 and 590 are running on time. Well, the recent uptick in violence in Rochester is sparking a plea from officials in the Rochester City School District.
In an address to the RCSD community yesterday, Superintendent Dr. Leslie Myers-Small urging a stop to the violence and for youth-based organizations to double their outreach efforts. The district reporting 6 student deaths from September 2020 through April 2021 due to gun violence. Dr. Myers-Small says some of the most difficult conversations that she has had talking with families who've lost a child.
Just a few weeks ago, I attended the funeral of one of our high school students. It is just never easy to have to say to a mom, to have to say to a dad, a sibling, I am so sorry for your loss.
And according to the district, 13 RCSD students were injured because of gun violence from January of 2021 through April of 2021, many as innocent bystanders.
Well, the International Plaza on North Clinton Avenue in Rochester will host a summer camp fair coming up today during the market hours. Local youth organizations will showcase their summer offerings for children to stay busy and keep learning over the summer. Children can sign up and register for scholarships and giveaways. If you can't make it today, there will be another fair there coming up on May 2nd.
3 people are in police custody after a home invasion, burglary, robbery, and kidnapping in the city of Geneva, according to officials there. Police say the victim was kidnapped at gunpoint and tortured Monday night. Investigators say that victim was punched and burned with a hot knife. 3 suspects were later arrested during traffic stops. 18-year-old Malik Weems, 25-year-old Eddie Marty are both facing kidnapping, burglary, and robbery charges. 62-year-old Thomas Ferraro is charged with possession of a controlled substance.
City leaders in Rochester want to help folks get into the cannabis industry. An online forum will be hosted by the mayor, Lovely Warren, and State Assembly Majority Leader Crystal Peoples-Stokes. Members of the community can ask questions on how the estimated revenue from legalizing marijuana will benefit the community and other topics as well. The virtual event will kick off tonight at 6 o'clock.
Well, more summer events continue to be canceled. The Hamlin Fire Department now announcing the cancellation of its annual carnival. Organizers of that say that uncertain COVID requirements from the state are the reason the carnival will not be able to be held this year. The Spencerport Firemen's Carnival has also been canceled.
Well, a new report in the New York Times alleging the governor and his top aides spent several months hiding the numbers of deaths inside nursing homes. That article says the governor's aides prevented health officials, including the state health commissioner, from releasing the numbers. More than 15,000 nursing home residents here in New York have died from COVID-19.
Federal agents raiding Rudy Giuliani's Manhattan home and office yesterday, seizing computers, cell phones, and other information. This part of the Justice Department's investigation into the business dealings of former President Donald Trump's personal lawyer. Giuliani, the 76-year-old former New York City mayor, has been under federal scrutiny for several years over ties to Ukraine. The investigation is ongoing. There are now serious concerns about the safety of the Tokyo Olympics, despite assurance from the Japanese government about efforts to control the pandemic. Organizers announcing athletes will be tested daily, but they will not have to quarantine. Critics note only about 1% of Japan has been vaccinated so far, and under current plans, most will be unprotected when the games begin in July.
If they begin.
Right.
Time now for the GRE Morning Business Report. Boeing is hoping to turn its jets around this year after reporting its 6th consecutive quarterly loss. The plane maker says it lost $561 million in the first 3 months of this year. Boeing has been grappling with the pandemic's effects on travel and aircraft demand, along with the nearly 2-year-long grounding of its 737 MAX jets following 2 fatal crashes.
All right, when's the last time you checked your phone? And digital device dependency is apparently growing, according to a recent Reviews.org survey. Americans checking their phones 262 times a day. That's about once every 5.5 minutes, and it's an all-day and night affair. 62% said they sleep with their phones. 80% say they check their phone minutes after waking up.
All right, here's what some folks might be talking about today at the water cooler. The NFL draft is coming up tonight. It kicks off at 8 o'clock in Cleveland. Fans will be allowed to attend with limited capacity and some masking rules in effect as well. The Bills have the 30th overall pick. Tune in to News 8 at 5 coming up this evening for a live update from Sports Director Thad Brown, who is in Cleveland awaiting the big selections.
You know, we just had that story about checking your phone. A lot of us check it often to look at the forecast.
Yeah.
All we have to do is check in with James, though.
Yeah, that's right. I am here for you always. We've got mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures in the 40s right now, near 50 for Penn Bus stop forecast, that's where we're starting this morning. No need for the jacket this morning, the rain jacket anyways, but have it with you. Have the kids take that rain jacket because they'll need it this afternoon as the rain showers move through for the second half of the day. So it is a wet afternoon, a wet evening, and then cooler Friday, but the weekend looking pretty decent. Here's your 8-day forecast. Saturday is likely dry, temperatures in the 50s, and then rain showers do move in overnight into Sunday, but that actually should help bump temperatures up. We see temperatures by Sunday in the upper 60s to near 70, so it's shaping out to be pretty decent.
It sure is. All right, thank you so much, and thank you for watching News 8 at Sunrise.
Our next update coming up in 30 minutes. CBS This Morning is coming up next. Be safe and have a great day.